What's going on, everyone? It's Bales, and welcome back to another AFL Fantasy video on the channel. Bit of a different one today, sort of from the regular content we do. We're going to be doing a bit of a preview for the AFL Fantasy Content Creators Cup Finals, because the regular season in the league is done, and we are moving on to the finals. So I'll have a look at, obviously, so the ladder, the matchups, and it'll be interesting to see who takes it out from the finals. So, but as always, I've got a couple of things to sort of put in here before we sort of go through everything. If you are enjoying the content around here, make sure you smash a big thumbs up on the video. That'd be amazing. And also make sure you subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. We're nearly at 2.6k subscribers. I think we're maybe 5 or 6 away from hitting that goal. So if you can subscribe and help us reach that, that'd be amazing. And then we've also got our main goal of 3k subscribers on here that we're just over 400 away. So if you can help us reach a goal, that'd be very much appreciated. So, as always, the AFL Fantasy Content Creators Cup is proudly brought to you by Infinite Wealth. Make smarter financial decisions, where winning coaches will get $5,000 for their favourite charity. Just a reminder, there is a bunch of free gifts valued at over $3,000 available for every AFL Fantasy coach. Head across to infinitewealth.com.au/AFL Fantasy to claim your free financial freedom masterclass and a stack of tools and resources to help you make smarter financial decisions. If you have a mortgage, Tim can teach you how to pay it off up to 3 times faster. If you're paying too much tax, Tim can also teach you how to save thousands each year. And if you are someone who is committed to building your wealth, then Tim can also show you how he bought 13 properties by the age of 27. So head to infinitewealth.com.au/AFL Fantasy to claim and for more details. I'll also chuck the link in the description of this video as well for anyone that wanted to check that out. But yeah, so let's get stuck into the ladder. So this is how it ended up for the season. So we obviously know Mitch has had a very good season overall, and that's also translated into a very good season head-to-head with 16 wins and 3 losses. I wasn't too far behind. Obviously, the same wins and losses for the season. Unfortunately, Mitch, obviously, it's separated by points for this. So Mitch, being the coach that's inside the top 10, was always going to be ahead of me there. So obviously, I'm just inside the top 600, but Mitch has got me covered there. So he got me in terms of points scored for, but we had the top 2. Then Jeppa was in third, winning his last 3 games there, 12 and 7 to get into the top 4. Warney got a very important win over Roy in the final round that saw him leapfrog a few coaches with that draw as well that come in really handy that he had early in the season with, who was the coach he drew with? With Hef. Early in the season. So that came in very handy for him. 11, 7 and 1 there. Roy, obviously, unfortunately lost his last 3, meaning he just fell outside the top 4, 11 and 8 there. DC had a very good year. 11 and 8, finished 6th. Luke as well was 11 and 8 there. And Nathan, who is the informed coach of the Content Creators Cup, winning his last 7 games. He was 4 and 8 after 12 rounds and won his final 7 to get to 11 and 8 and sneak into the top 8, bumping out Mini Monk, who lost to Luke in the final round. So a lot of movement in around here. So DC getting a win the final round meant he stayed in, and then Luke getting a win meant he stayed inside, and Mini Monk got bumped out for Nathan. So it was all very, very close. Mini Monk had a good sort of last bits of the season, won 4 of his last 5, just unfortunately a close loss to Luke. And he just missed out, but yeah, shout out to Mini Monk for just missing out there. And then you had Stato there as well, Sanch and Holmesy all finishing on 10-9. So just showing how close it was. So Warney won 11 games and finished 4th. And obviously had the draw. But then from Roy down to Mini Monk in 9th, all 11 and 8, and then you had 3 coaches on 10-9. So all really in it there. And I know Jake, who finished with 8 and 11, got unlucky with a lot because he's in the top 8 in terms of overall ranking. So just got unlucky in a few matchups. So too did Rids. A lot of close losses early in the season as well. Then rounded out by Louis. Tim, who obviously we know from the pod, had a tough year as well. And then MJ, Hef, Calvin, and unfortunately the wooden spoon going to Harmy, unfortunately there. Moving just quickly to the overall ladder. Obviously, Mitch finishing side currently ranked 6th, so I imagine he's got the overall ranking prize of the competition sewn up there, unless he has a catastrophic fall, which I hope he doesn't. Obviously, I wanted to get definitely get that hat and hopefully get that car as well. Roy, 141st, hunting that hat as well. Obviously, we've heard the song and everything that Calvin's made from us. Hopefully, Roy can sneak inside that top 100 and get that hat. I'm 559th. I need a few good weeks in the back bit of the year to get top 100, I think. I'm about 330 odd points behind 100, so I need a couple of big weeks in the final 5 weeks. So it's probably out of reach, but I've still got hope, a bit like the Crows in making finals. But yeah, hopefully top 200 would be nice there. Then you got DC just outside the top 1,000 there. Warney not too far behind and along with Jake there. Then you got Stato inside the top 1,500. Then you got Rids, Luke, Sanch all inside the top 2K. Jeppa just outside the top 2K. Then you got Nathan, who's inside the top 4K. And so too is Holmesy. Tim's had a couple of good weeks and is bumped up to 5,500. Hopefully you can get sort of even top like sort of 3K by the end of the season. Be pretty nice for Tim. It'd be good to when we chat with him. I'll see what his goal is for in terms of ranking for the rest of the year. Then you got Hef and Calvin are both inside the top 10K. Obviously Hef at 7,727. And then you got Mini Monk just outside the top 10K. Louis, MJ, and Harmy round out the overall ranking side of it. So that's the overall rankings. Let's get into the matchups this week and what we'll be looking at in the first week of the finals. So we'll look at the first qualifying final, which sees Mitch coming up against Warney in a double chance. So loser of this, they're still alive. So, but obviously if you win this, you go straight through the prelim, which would be fantastic for either Warney or Mitch. So we'll go to the unique scorers here and we'll see. So a bit unique. They've got 10 uniques, which will be interesting to see how this matchup plays. Obviously got the 10, the 12 the same here. So if anyone wants to see the 12 the same here, obviously you can see them on the screen now. And if you want to pause it and have a look, then there you go. But obviously in terms of uniques, it's pretty much, Newman and Walsh v Butters and Rosie on the Friday night, which should be very interesting to see which way that goes. Then Mitch obviously got Myers. Marshall's got a big ceiling. Jordan Carr's got a good matchup. Obviously, it's not McAuliffe. That would be Caleb Sarong that's in there instead. English, Dawson, who Mitch will obviously have to trade out there as well. And then you got Laird, who could go quite well in Dawson's absence. And then Dylan Moore as well, who played quite well against the Crows last time. And then on Warney's side, you got the Port duo there. Simpkin, Cherry. Cherry, great matchup this week. That could be very good for Warney in this matchup. Dunkley there as well against the Gold Coast. He had a good matchup last time. Nick Martin's got a great matchup. Young, Harrison, I believe that. Yeah, Tom Powell, and I think Warney's also got Dowling. So unless he might trade one of them, obviously we'll see what everyone does with their trades later on in the week. Then you got a Tim English and Trelaw rounding it out. So it'll be interesting. Mitch is going to be coming home with 3 players in the final game. And so Warney's will be set heading into that final game. So it'll be very interesting to see what happens with this matchup here. I'm not going to give my pick in terms of who will win because I don't want to come across like I've got favourites, because the only favourite I've got is myself because I want to win this. So we'll go through mine. I'll leave mine to... Actually, no, I was going to leave it last, but I'll do it now. I'll do the 2 qualifying finals first, and then we're going to 2 elimination finals. So I'm up against Jep in the second qualifying final. We'll go to the unique scorers here, and then obviously we'll show everyone sort of the same scorers there. So obviously a few uniques as well. So 11 in our matchup, so make it very interesting to see which way it goes. And obviously half our team is the same. So again, for people that want to see our people that we've got the same, then they can obviously see that there. And then we'll go back up here and have a look at these. So I've got Rosie on the Friday night, and then obviously he has got. Well, actually, both got Rosie, but he put in captain. So I don't know why Fantasy Site does that, where it leaves them both. But anyway, and I think it did it for Mitch as well. I just realised with English there. But anyway, so we've got here we have Newman and Walsh on the Friday night. Then I've got Stewart against North. He's been in good form. Dunkley we obviously mentioned. Tom Green and Toby Green. So the 2 Greens there. Toby's probably the only one I'm a little bit nervous about, but hopefully he puts up a decent score. I might be able to loop him with a Dowling anyway. Then you got Luke Ryan, Caleb Strong, Luke Ryan. I need him to get that ceiling back this week. Dacos in a good matchup. Bont, Goulden, and Heaney there, but obviously he's got Goulden there. It's just because I've just put the captaincy on him at the moment. There. Then on Jeppa's side, obviously Newman and Walsh. Both got Rosie. He's got Myers. Sheasel, who I'm probably going to be bringing in this week, so at least that'll cancel that out. But I just need Sheasel back in terms of my charge for hopefully top 100, if not top 200. Then Simpkin, Steele, Anderson, Rivers, Treloar, and obviously we've both got Goulden. So going to be very, very interesting. My fingers are crossed. I'm hoping that because Jep's overseas at the moment, that I might get the leg up in that bit because he might not be looking too closely at the matchup. So we'll see how it goes there. Hopefully I can get the job done and go through to the prelim final. But yeah, will be very interesting. And I just realised instead of going back, I can actually just click this. That would have been a lot easier for me to have just done originally. Actually, no, it's gone to the Holmesy and Mini Monk matchup in the what was it? Trey's called the Tin Head Cup. Is that what the proper name is for it? But anyway, we'll look at the Roy and Nathan, the Open Mullets, the informed team of the comp in the first elimination final, 5th versus 8th, and we'll have a look at the unique scorers. So there is only 6, so it'll be very interesting. Going to be a close matchup, I think, this one. And then we'll have a look at there's the players that are matching there. So, yep, so there's the players. If you want to obviously pause it, you can and have a look back at it. And then, yeah, so I'm interested to see who the player is up here that's been added twice. Is it English? Yeah, it's English because it's a VC there and a captain up here. So I don't know why, again, Fantasy's done that, but it's weird. But anyway, we'll go through. So obviously, Roy's got Fisher, Dunkley, Brayshaw, Young, and Bont. And for Pink, he's got Sheasel there. So Sheasel could be a good unique there against Nathan, which is interesting. Nathan being a North fan. Maybe he brings him in this week. Then you obviously got Kennedy, Butters, Stewart, Sinclair, Sarong, and Dawson, who obviously Nathan will be moving on this week with the concussion, I would imagine. So, yeah, this is going to be a very interesting matchup. Not as many uniques as the first two, as the qualifying finals, which is interesting. I thought the qualifying finals would be the ones that are more the same and the elimination ones be a bit more unique. But seems to be the other way around at the moment. So, yep, going to be a very interesting matchup. The informed coach taking on Roy, who's charging for that top 100 hat. So, that will be another interesting one to watch. And then the final matchup of the first week of finals is DC up against Luke from the Bull Boys. So let's take a quick look at the matchup and how many unique scorers they have got in the matchup. And why is it not fixing this? This says 10 in this one. So, yes, the most unique matchup, is the Roy versus Nathan one. But in terms of this one, I couldn't really see here. DC got plenty of Saints. He loves it. He loves his Saints. And obviously not his Saints. He goes to West Coast, but he loves picking his Saints players. And then they are the Saints. They got obviously 12 the same there. And yep, and that's who's on the bench. So let's look at the players here. So obviously DC on his side has got Sam Walsh there. And a tough matchup against Port. Be interesting to see how he goes. He did go well against them last night, not 130. Grind Myers in a good matchup. Sheasel, obviously, who's been very good. Then Marshall, Sinclair, Steele, and Messiah. Phillip, who's there, but I'm sure that'll be someone else. Then he's got Sarong and obviously Dawson, who I'm assuming he'll be trading out as well. Who would he have in the forward line? He's probably got Dowling, but he might fix up a Phillipou this week. So, yeah, we're interested to see what DC does with Phillipou. And then on Luke's side, he's got Butters, Stewart, McKercher, Simpkin, and Cherry. So obviously Cherry's got a great match, as I mentioned before. Interesting to see what McKercher and Simpkin can do against Geelong, which is normally a good matchup there. Then Brayshaw, Clark, Dacos, who could be a good unique for Luke in this matchup against Richmond. In a good matchup. Be interesting to see if Graham comes in, if he tags him, and what happens there. Then round out by the Bont and Dylan Moore. So, again, going to be very interesting to see if who's going to get this game. I think they met earlier, only maybe not even that long ago. It might have even been here because I know DC said it wasn't that long ago where DC just got the job done over Luke. So it'll be interesting to see, can Luke get revenge or can DC get 2-0 on Luke in the season? So they are the matchups there. Heading into the first week of the finals. If people enjoyed this video, I might even do one for each of the weeks, and we can see who is going to go well in the finals. But it'll be very, very interesting to see who gets the job done. Obviously, my fingers crossed for myself. Yeah, obviously, good luck to the other 7 coaches that are there with me. But let me know in the comments below who you guys think will win the Content Creators Cup, and put your predictions in for the first week of the fixtures. Obviously, there's 4 there, so if you want to put your predictions in, see who will win, then yeah, be interesting to see what you guys think and who can get the job done. But yeah, that'll be pretty much it. So appreciate everyone watching as always. If you enjoyed it, make sure you smash a like on the video. That'd be very much appreciated. And also make sure you subscribe. Obviously, we're not very close to 2.6k subscribers and our big goal of 3k. So if you can help us reach that goal, that'd be very much appreciated. Also, make sure you click the link for the infinite wealth, financial freedom, all that good stuff there that Tim does. And also, yeah, make sure you follow Tim at Guesty as well on across the socials. All links are in the description, where he'll obviously let people know as well if he does seminars and stuff like that throughout the year. So make sure you follow him there as well. And also follow him for just because it's part of the fantasy crew and he's doing very good things. So appreciate Tim for supporting the Content Creators Cup and creating it, and obviously Infinite Wealth as well. And shout out to all the coaches that have been involved this year. So hopefully we will have a very good final series. But yeah, appreciate you guys tuning in as always. Obviously, we're live tonight for the Tuesday Q&A, so make sure you guys tune in at 9 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Perth time, and we'll be answering all of your questions live on YouTube and Twitter ahead of round 20. So make sure you guys tune to that. Appreciate you guys as always, and we'll catch you guys later tonight. So thanks, guys. I'm out. Cheers.